Hello, team. Welcome to another weekly sales meeting. We're looking forward to a really great meeting today. We've got a lot to cover, some really great speakers and some big announcements here. So I want to get started with something that is becoming very, very clear in this market. And we're just seeing it at the tactical level with who's winning in each market, whether it's the loan officers on our team, the real estate agents in local markets. There's definitely a trend emerging. And the trend is that there is not a barrier to entry right now to success. The barrier to entry is no longer experience or legacy relationships. In this market, where it is as competitive as and right now, no one has an abundance of buyers. So the reality of the situation is the entry level LO, or the LO that is willing to do the work to be successful, is the one that's winning in each market. We're seeing it here on our team. We're seeing it in every market across America. And the truth of the matter is, when we talk about this, it really comes down to leveling the playing field. Typically, MSAs and legacy relationships are the barriers to success, are the barriers to entry to get into real estate offices, to be able to get to the rainmakers. But right now, that's not the case. Right now, the situation comes down to who is getting in front of as many agents as possible, as many consumers as possible, who's winning the top of mind game, who's winning the activities game. Those are the people that are putting up the biggest numbers. Those are the people that are pre-approving the most clients. And at that point, it becomes a numbers game. At that point, it becomes what buyer is actually aggressively looking, what buyer is finding homes that's affordable to them. So, my call to action for everybody right now is to understand that the game has changed. For now until the foreseeable future, as long as we're in this rate environment and we have the inventory issues that we have, it is not the same typical situation where agents are married to certain loan officers, or certain, inside relationships, or MSAs or captive lenders are the ones that are getting all the business. It's changing in a big, big way. The consumer is driving the bus, and the competition right now is coming from the bottom up, not from the top down. So when I think about this, I really think about, what we're doing with Agent Direct, what we're doing with Level Up Sales Coaching, what we're seeing from a success standpoint. It's the people that are contacting the real estate agents at a frequency that the experienced LOs are not. Like, if you just think about it realistically, in Agent Direct or Level Up Sales Coaching, it's all about the activity. So we're contacting real estate agents more on a daily basis, more new agents on a daily basis than we have ever in the previous 12 months. Now, the big question here is, are we doing the work? Are we doing the activities? I had a conversation with one of our loan officers this past week, and I asked them a simple question. They were telling me that they were struggling with getting deals in for August. And I asked them two questions. I said, number one, how many past customers have referred you a customer in the last 90 days? The answer was 0. Then the next question was, how many new agents that you had not previously worked with prior to 90 days ago have sent you a deal in the last 90 days? The answer was 0. So that tells me we got a prospecting issue. We've got an activities issue. We're not spending our time in the most effective way possible in this market. This is not a market where things are going to come to us. This is a market where we have to go after every prospect, every relationship. So that takes me to sales process. And sales process is the game, guys. And to be honest with you, like, this is, my sales process is all about time management. It's all about scheduling the activities on my calendar. It's all about creating the accountability. If you're in the situation where you have not received a referral from a past customer in the last 90 days, or you're not receiving a frequency of referrals from past customers on a routine basis, or you're not working with new agents that you never worked with prior to 90 days ago, it's time to change your sales process. It's time to understand that things need to change, that loans are not just going to fall in your lap, that you're not going to have a magical stream of files coming your way, and you're also not going to be in a situation where rates bail you out in the foreseeable future. So we got to focus on sales process, and this is all about defining the how. So, I was showing the loan officer that I was talking to about, their sales process, and I said, like, hey, every single day, I have 25 LOs that are on my calendar. It's not 25 calendar invites, it's one calendar invite with 25 new LOs that I'm going to reach out to for that day. It's one Excel spreadsheet, has all their contact information, has their email, has their phone number. We get it from Modex or MMI, and we aggregate that every day. And that's part of my sales activities on my schedule. First thing in the morning, I'm running through, I'm recording a video, I'm recording a voice message, I'm reaching out to each of those people first thing in the morning, getting my 25 outreach done for the morning. That's a process. Okay, that's understanding. Like whether you have somebody aggregating that data and going into MMI or going into Modex and grabbing it for you, or you're doing it yourself, that's a day before activity. Part of the sales process is creating the environment and setting yourself up for success to complete your sales process. You can't be researching information and gathering information as you're trying to do your sales process. You got to have it all gathered. So it all starts with like the day before at the end of the day, hey, I'm going to go in Modex. I'm going to grab 25 real estate agents that I haven't worked with. I'm going to search, identify the buy side agents that are doing activity in our market. We're not going to focus on the top agents. We're just going to focus on the active agents, people that are closing deals routinely. And every morning you're going to go in there, you're going to copy and paste, get their contact info. You're going to go Google them and make sure you got the real cell phone number, not their work number. And then you come in the morning, it's on your schedule. You got an Excel spreadsheet right there. You're going to reach out to 25 a day. So first thing you're doing is reaching out to the people. Last thing you're doing at the end of the day is researching and gathering 25 new names. That's the process right there. End of the day, I research and prep for the next day. Beginning of the day, I reach out to those customers and those real estate agents to prospect them and engage with them. Now, how are we engaging with them? This is a big question that I had from one of our salespeople. It's like, how it's been so long since I prospected. I don't even know where to start. That's an excuse. That's a BS excuse, and we're not going to do BS here. We have to focus on execution. So it's really easy, guys. We don't have to focus on rates. We don't have to focus on service. We don't have to focus on products. We're reaching out and we're introducing ourselves, and we're focused on partnership. We're focused on success, and the ability to sit there and be very transparent and say, and this is what I'm saying to every LO that I reach out to is, hey, listen, I've been a big fan of yours. I've been monitoring your success. I see your data. I see you're doing well. Here's the program we're running. We're focused on winning. We're focused on coming together with a group of people that want to win, that want to be part of a culture that's all about success. And we'd love to partner with you for the purpose of contributing to our community, for the purpose of helping each other get better, for the purpose of sharing best practices and making sure that we're winning as a team. I'm not sitting there selling the person. I'm introducing our culture. I'm introducing our approach, our mindset. And then I get the responses and we get into the weeds and we have conversations. Same thing with real estate agents. They want that. Mindset's the game. They love a loan officer that's a partner of theirs, that's not just calling for deals. They're actually calling to motivate them and inspire them and encourage them and hold them accountable and give them recognition. Like, they need a partner. Now more than ever, you need a team, you need a partner. So sales process is key, guys. And another thing I've talked about in the past is scheduling accountability in our days. It's so important. Making sure, I talked a little bit about, end of the day, you have a half-hour block every day on your schedule where you're going out and you're researching and gathering the 25 agents' contact information for the next day for you to call. These are 2 calendar invites. End of the day, you got the block for research. Beginning of the day, you got the block for you to do the outreach. And then in between, you got to have blocks as well. Whether it's a daily sales huddle, whether it's appointments, whether it's a block of time, a power hour, noon to 1, I do a power hour. I call 25 of my past clients and just see how they're doing, quick check-in, want to make sure everything's good, see if they know anybody that's looking for a mortgage, let them know our whole business model is based upon referrals, so keep in touch. I'm going to follow up with an email with all my contact info or send them a text with my contact info. Like, that's a power hour. Staying in, like, these are your best sources of referrals. Past clients, current referral partners, and identifying a pool of new people that are in your market that are doing business and introducing yourself. That's the path to success. We do not have to overcomplicate it. It's really, really important that we understand it's all about sales process. It's all about, putting a structure together every day, following it every single day. This is a couple hours of work, but this is what it takes to be successful. This is what it takes to make sure you have a sales process that's going to drive the outcomes that you're looking for. Now, I want to talk about ego. Now, this is a big one. Now, just transitioning here, why don't we do these things? Why don't we actually go out and do the activities, make the calls, do the things that, we used to do when we were building our business? And it comes down to ego. Ego is about self-awareness, guys. Like, when we were building our business, when we were, vulnerable and naive and we didn't know what we were doing, we did these things. We didn't know any better. We did them. And then all of a sudden you gain some traction and success. And all of a sudden over time, people think they're too good to do the things they used to do to be successful. Coming out of 2020, 2021, it's like everybody was successful. Even the F players were successful in 2020 and 2021, okay? Participation trophies for everybody in the mortgage business, okay? Now's the hard time. Now's the time you have to grind. Now's the time you have to do the things to win, to be successful every single day. And a part of that is understanding that, like, you gotta put the ego away. You can't be too good for anything. You can't be in a situation where you're afraid that somebody's going to hang up on you. Somebody's going to, tell you that they already have a mortgage person. Your ego is going to be hurt. Like, that's weakness, okay? That's all about you versus you. We got to get over ourselves, and we got to understand, like, I do it every single day. There's no reason, if I'm doing it every day and I'm dealing with people banging on me, I'm dealing with people telling me to, go pound sand. That's part of the sales process. Nobody bats 100, right? Nobody bats 1,000. Like, that's part of the deal. We got to put the ego away. If we want to win, we got to do what it takes to win. It takes what it takes to win. So it all starts with this: is do it, okay? Make the calls, send the text messages, do the presentation, whatever the thing is that you need to do. Go to an open house. That's the best way. People tell me all the time, like, hey, I'm too good for, open houses, for family, for this. It's like, hey, real estate agents are out there. Buyers, there's an inventory issue. What do you think you're going to find at an open house? You're going to find buyers, okay? Because there's only so many houses, and everybody that's a buyer is going to be attracted to that house. It's an opportunity. And believe me when I tell you, all of the people with ego, all the people that think they're too good to go to open houses, all the people that think they're too good to make the phone calls, they won't be there. You'll be there. You'll be the only one there. And if you're not there, somebody that's willing to put their ego aside, somebody that's willing to do the work that the others aren't willing to do, is going to be there. And that's the person that's going to win. We're going to focus on doing what it takes, guys. And I'm going to continue to pound this message because it's separation season. Either you're going to be great, either you're going to get better and you're going to be successful, or you're going to be left behind. The market is not going to allow for any weakness, anybody that's not doing the work to survive in this market. So we're going to do what it takes because we know that winning is all about activities. It's all about outreach. It's all about prospecting. It's all about sales process. I'm going to hand it off to Jay Bunte. He's going to talk about his sales process, and I'll be back shortly.
Hey everyone, Jay Bunte here from Fort Worth, Texas. Hold on. When you're in Texas, you gotta wear your Stetson. But today, I'm not here to talk to you about my Stetson and my Army time. I'm here to talk to you about my best production month ever. In June, I did 14 purchases. Those are the most purchases I've ever done in a month. And I really want to give you 3 takeaways that I changed and that I think can make an impact in your business. So number 1, I hired an LOA/production partner, right? So as you get busier and focus on growing your business, you've got to delegate tasks. And so with my production partner, the way I have it set up is he's doing all the pre-approvals, all the intakes for clients that are coming in, and then managing that pipeline as it moves through processing, underwriting, closing. This has been game changer for me to go out there and actually have more meetings, do more trainings, meet more people, work on growing the business. It's really hard to do that when you're so involved in the weeds of your files. Now, if you're doing 1 or 2 closings a month, you're probably not there yet. To be completely honest with you, I want you to triple down on my next topic. But if you're doing 4, 5, 6, 7 plus loans a month, you're there. You are there to have an assistant, and it's going to help take it to 10 loans, 15 loans a month. So takeaway number 1, you got to delegate and you need to hire some help. Takeaway number 2, I started tracking my daily sales activities. You would be surprised at the end of the week and you're like, oh yeah, I made my realtor calls. I made my client calls. I reached out to referral partners. I did my meetings. And then you start tracking it. You're like, man, no, I am not doing nearly the activities that I thought I was doing. So I started tracking it all. I started tracking pre-approvals, consultations, trainings, face-to-faces, coffee appointments, everything that a good sales professional should be doing. And it has been game-changing how much or how little I was doing and I thought I was doing. And so this has really helped take my business to the next level. Lastly, and this is big and extremely important, is focusing on a positive mindset. You guys and girls are on social media. You check out websites. Everyone's talking about mortgage rates. Everyone's talking about housing inventory, all these things that they don't control. Like, let it go. Focus on what you can control and having a positive mindset. I have to remind myself, my job, it is the dream of somebody that's unemployed. The houses that we help people get into, that's the dream of somebody that's homeless. Remember this, focus on gratitude, positivity, and it will carry over not only in your personal life, but also your business career. It focuses and it carries over to everything. So remember to focus on gratitude, focus on what you can control, and it will really, really expand your business. Thanks.
Hey there, everybody. It's David Koch, mortgage loan originator with UMortgage here in the great state of Illinois and in Chicagoland. And today I've been tasked to talk about throwing events. I've done a lot of client events and in realtor events here in 2023. And I want to share with you my wins, my losses, what I'm doing to be successful in hosting events here at UMortgage. And so first thing I want to talk about is what are the first steps when you want to host an event? Well, first thing you got to do is pick a date on the calendar. I like to have at least 3 to 4 weeks, depending on the type of event. If there's a lot of RSVPs, give plenty of time for people to respond. For things that, are a little bit more ad hoc, 2 weeks, totally fine. But find a time that works for you. Getting co-sponsors for events. Depending on the type of event that you're doing, it's great to add co-sponsors. Recently, I did the Content Creator Lab as created by Nicole in HQ, and I did it in association with a real estate association down in Kankakee County, Illinois, because it aligned with, and here's what the real secret to success is finding co-sponsors, is finding events and finding topics that align with their goals as well as it aligns with yours. So you get alignment towards this one unique vision and you're fitting a need. The next thing that you want to do, pick a date, pick a time, find co-sponsors, but you also want to ask yourself this one question. Does this event that I'm doing help solve a problem for my audience? Content Creator Lab with the Real Estate Association in Kankakee County, Illinois. There's plenty of agents who are sitting there wondering, how do I get better at social media marketing? How do I use social media to my advantage? And they just need the content. They need someone to go in and we're going to dive in and do it together. That helps solve a need and a problem. Next up, you're going to be seeing, for me, going to be hosting a client appreciation event with a real estate agent partner of mine here in Wheaton, Illinois. Our theme, we're going to be doing happy hour / date night for the couples and homeowners in our database, our past clients, to say, hey, you deserve a night out on the town. This night, 4 weeks from now, come to this nice restaurant in downtown Wheaton. Enjoy a happy hour on some appetizers, some drinks, just maybe some desserts, and just enjoy yourself. Have fun. Have a night out on the town. For folks and couples who want to get away and enjoy a night out on the town, perfect. Solve that problem there if you want to boost attendance. If you want people to attend and you want your attendance to be boosted for any event, help people solve problems. What I love about being at UMortgage is the ability to have all of these materials in order to just go and execute. You go to the marketing tab inside the My UMortgage and everything that you need for promoting your event, whether it's the flyers that you're mailing to your database or for posting on social media. It's so easy. Just go and execute. You don't have to make it up for yourself. You just follow the plan that has been put in place. So lastly, I want to leave you with the secret for how I can guarantee 100% success for whatever event that you do. 100% success regardless of 3 people show up, or whether 500 people show up. I can guarantee you will be 100% successful. And here's why. It's all in the follow-up, and it's all about in the impact that you have. When I did the Content Creator Lab, I had 3 real estate agents show up. Fantastic. All I care about at that moment is helping those 3 real estate agents get better every day for what they are looking to do. That's my sole focus that I have for them. And what I've learned with hosting events is you get credit for the attempt, regardless of whether people show up or not. I've done a lot of these serving those who served VA myth busting courses this past year in 2023. I've had some that have been really well attended. I've had others not so well attended. But you know what? Every time I do it, every time I post about it, every time I'm talking about it in my spheres of influence, I guarantee I get at least one phone call from someone who wasn't at that event, who sees that I'm doing the work, doing the content, and I'm helping to try serve my communities and to create strong communities. So that's how you are 100% successful with every event that you throw. If you have questions for how to execute or what to do or something that you're thinking about, give me a call here on Workplace or send me a message here on LinkedIn, wherever you may be.
Hey, Steve Tunn here with UMortgage. Really want to talk about how we build local and non-local relationships with realtor partners. My main market is the Atlanta, Georgia area, but we do loans all over the United States. And really, there's kind of 5 pillars in which we work with on how building our relationships with our realtor partners. And they're always going to be through these pillars. It's going to be education, being honest with them, don't overpromise, follow up, and then meeting with them and events. And so when we break those down, the education piece is you as a loan officer are going to lead through education. Everyone can promise the fast close, the quick, the lowest rate. Everyone can promise that. But what you can't promise is the education, and you have to be able to solve their problem without creating another problem. That's the key to education. And so when you do that, is I specialize in VA loans, is I have a script on the VA appraisals, how they work. Most realtors don't. So I can run this off when I call a listing agent and say, this is what's going to happen if the VA appraisal comes in low. That's what you're worried about. Let me fix that for you. Here's a tidewater process, reconsideration of value process. That's how it works. So you need to have a script on your specialty, or of all of them, just make sure you have a script that you can educate the realtor, list, and the buy side. Being honest is really, I think, one of the biggest ones is there's no such thing as bad news. It's only bad news if you think it's bad news. The realtors, they're busy. So you got to be able to just articulate, fix the problem with them. Don't create a new one. So it can say, hey, we had the mortgage application didn't disclose this or over disclosed something. I need some more paperwork from a borrower that might impact a closing date or the moving truck. So you have to be able to articulate, say, but here's the plan to get it stopped. And then we're going to get it back in underwriting. And you need to be able to give them an outcome that they can actually work with. And most of my realtor partners know that I will be very frank on a lot of information that I give them, just because I don't want them to have a false belief that something's right or wrong. The third pillar is going to be don't overpromise. Early in my mortgage career, I've been doing about 2 years. I told a realtor I could do everything because that's what you told people. But it's really a false belief to say you can do everything. So really, we lead now with I need to see the mortgage application from the client so I can know if I can help them or not. You're not being rude. I'll give everyone 5 to 10 minutes of my time, but you can't overpromise you can do the mortgage, because then that will trigger them to do more actions. And so you want to make sure you're not overpromising. The fourth is follow up. Every Tuesday, we send a text message. I normally will do it of the file I have with that realtor, the client, the loan status, and what I need. So sometimes if we need a document or whatever it might be, that's a good way to keep them in the loop. A lot of times in processing, you're only working with the client. So this is a good way to get the realtor involved. So every Tuesday we do that. If you miss it and you're busy, do it on Wednesday. And the next week, you're right back to Tuesday. Meetings and events. I try to meet with my realtor teams twice a month for education purposes, current events, things I'm seeing, the trends I'm seeing on how they can get better. And events, we do one per quarter. They support us, we support them. So I like to kind of put my money where my mouth is and say, I truly support you and I want to help you grow. And that's really the big thing we're trying to do, is helping them grow. So those are the 5 pillars we work with: education, being honest, don't overpromise, follow up, and then meeting and events. And then I really just challenge everyone as a call to action is just come up with a couple things on the education piece where you can become a subject matter expert and really deliver that to the buy side and the list side, and that will help your clients win the deals.
Hi everyone, Kahren Oxner, Pacific Northwest manager here today, and I wanted to share some of the awesome events that occurred at our trip to Dallas last week. So your Level Up sales coaches all flew to Dallas. We were there for 2.5 days. We met with Renee Rodriguez, and we spent some incredibly intense and structured time really learning and growing so that we can be the absolute best coaches for you guys that we possibly can be. It was an amazing event. We learned a ton, and hopefully all those great takeaways are really going to filter through to your Level Up sales training, because we are all in, we're committed, and we're really excited. We're probably even a little bit nervous because this is new for a lot of us. So one of the key takeaways that I wanted to share with all of you, because I think it's so important in embarking on this new experience, is caring enough to be unreasonable. So this organization cares. We care. I know you care. And sometimes you have to care enough to be a little bit unreasonable to cause change, to cause improvement, to create growth and opportunity for success for all of you. So remember that. Care enough to be unreasonable. This is not necessarily going to be easy, but it's going to stretch and improve you in ways that are going to be completely impactful. So very, very important. One thing that we also spent a lot of time talking about is emotional intelligence and how we build that, how it grows, how we can utilize that to improve our businesses, to work with more referral partners, more clients, and really gain success. So the very first part of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. How am I being perceived? The second part is empathy. How are others feeling? How am I making others feel by, my actions? And then discipline to shift. We all have to change. We all have to adapt so that we can grow. And that is a key point in really embracing emotional intelligence so that you can use it to drive your business forward. If it doesn't challenge you, it will not change you. So we are starting our Level Up sales training next week. We are all very, very excited. And we're really looking to improve opportunities for each and every one of you. All of your Level Up coaches are working extremely hard. This is an initiative from every aspect of the organization that we're pouring a ton of time, energy, and investment into so that it can be the absolute best and we can all benefit from it. So really come ready to change, ready to listen, ready to really implement and employ some of these strategies that we'll be discussing as a group. And maybe before next week, before you embark on your Level Up sales training, try thinking about some points that you think that you could improve. Where are you weak? Where are you struggling? Where do you need assistance? Your Level Up sales coaches are some of the best in this entire business, some of the most successful loan officers, and we are really going back to figure out those daily strategies and those daily things that we did to become successful, and backing up to really helping us break that down so that we can figure out how you can implement that into your business. So really reflect on some things that you're doing. Get really honest with yourself. The time now is to be vulnerable so that we can change, adapt, grow, and build success within your business, within our business, for the whole organization. So again, we're really excited. We are so ready. We are going to have it's going to be such a great experience. And we really appreciate you guys taking this so seriously and being a part of the Level Up sales coaching. So see you guys next week. Have an awesome and successful week. And thank you again.
Thank you, Kahren. Amazing job. This has been a great sales meeting. Love the energy, love the contributions. Everybody is sharing their wins, and this is a big, this is all part of the momentum. So want to get kicked in last two things before we wrap up here. Want to focus today on the daily sales huddle, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Sam Abazari and Jay Bunte are going to be leading today's session. Huge value add. We're going to be previewing the coaching program that we're kicking off, the Level Up sales coaching program that we're kicking off next week. Really talk through the structure, really talk through what you can expect. What is the value add? Why are we doing this? How is this going to prepare us for success? And how can we translate what we're going to get in coaching to our partners and into our daily activities to make sure we're driving the outcomes that we all hope to achieve here, both within our teams, within our communities, and of course, as a company at large. So today, 2 p.m. Eastern time, make sure you join. This is a valuable use of your time. There's a high return on this investment of time, and you're going to be hearing from two of the best in the game. So last thing I want to talk about is really the mindset of why not us, okay? There's a lot of people that focus on, the market. There's a lot of people that focus on all the reasons why they're not successful. They're not achieving their goals. That's all nonsense, okay? Especially right now. We talked about it earlier. The playing field is level. It's more level than it's ever been. The barrier to entry is all about you doing the activities you need to do to win, to make the calls, to do what you need to do. So, my message to everybody is, why not you? Why not us? That's the mentality. Why can't I be the number one loan originator in my market? Why can't I be the number one loan originator in my state? Why can't we be the number one mortgage lender in the entire country? Like, why not us? That's the call to action, guys, is there's no reason we can't. We are doing the work. We've got the culture, we've got the team, we've got the mindset, we've got all of the value adds to be the best partner, the best pricing, the best technology. So it really just comes down to, are we doing what it takes to win? Are we taking the bull by the horns? Are we leading by example? Are we showing up every single day? And are we doing what we need to do to help our team members, our fellow team members win, to make sure we're helping our partners win, and to be a total value add for everyone in our community? And the truth is, we are doing those things. And that's why we've grown by 50% a quarter, each quarter over the last 6 quarters. That's why we'll continue to grow in a shrinking market. But the question I have for you is, why not you? Why can't you be number one? Why can't you be number one in your state? That's the question. Are you up for the challenge? Are you willing to put yourself to the test? Are you willing to show everybody that you have what it takes? It takes what it takes to be successful. There's no reason every single one of our loan originators cannot have a record quarter, a record 6 months, a record year over the next 12 months. And that's my goal, is to provide you with the resources and tools to be successful, to achieve your goals, and to make sure you're doing everything you can do to be number one in your market, in your state. So why not us? Why not you? Let's do it together as a team. Have a great rest of the day, and talk to you soon.